Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night Adventure Highway stream of Sleuths in Ysgard. My name is Blake Komar and I am the Dungeon Master for this evening. I'd like to welcome you all and thank you all for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in while we're live, you're tuning in on YouTube, and this is after the show, or tuning in on Spotify, whether this is after the show a day, a month, or a year from now. We love all of our viewers and we're so happy to have you. I would like to thank some of the people who have been contributing ideas and been following us from the start. Some of the people who have contributed to me this week and given me great ideas would be Jess. I would like to thank Heather. I would like to thank yeah, I think Jess and Heather were the only two that I talked to this week that gave me a lot of good info. So we'll keep with them. Oh, and Anthony too. You've been awesome too. And oh yeah, I'd like to thank Steven also from South Africa. You've been awesome, man. So I would like to first and foremost jump in to our players. To my right, if you're watching the screen, it would be well, if you're watching the screen, I guess it's well, just next to my head is Sarah. Would you like to tell us about your character, Sarah?
Sure. My name is Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tea Leaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger who's on the butt of a wolf right now.
And you are definitely on the butt of a wolf, and you are a halfling, and this fur is thick, super thick. Next to Sarah, we have Kyle. Tell us about your character.
Well, besides the fact that I'm just imagining Carlotta as like a meerkat in tall grass with all of this, I
All you
am
can see is her hat.
exactly like stuff's happening. I am Broken Naked Eye, the world's greatest PI in every dimension, as well as the world's worst monk, and I rock both with pride.
Yeah, you really do. In all those categories. Next, kind of under me, especially definitely under Sarah, in the positioning, we've got Nick.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick. I play Steve Froman, former deli manager, now resident boomer of the group. I make a lot of bad decisions, sometimes not intentionally. And speaking of that, I'm inside of the wolf that Carl is on due to a series of unfortunate events. So
Yeah, definitely unfortunate events as things are rapidly changing on this landscape. And talking about the rapidly changing landscape, we have at the head of the wolf, Brittany. Tell us about your character.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany Redkema. I play the Bowsmith Artificer Zari. He is currently on the head of the wolf, questioning how the heck can someone make such a bad decision to get swallowed by the wolf.
he does hero shit. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, when you said resident boomer, I was also thinking resident dad
Yeah.
joke extraordinaire. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take both.
Perpetual
Yeah.
80s soundtrack playing in your head to a
Yeah, it's just
montage of
all the
every
time.
action flick. Like,
Yeah.
I can imagine every scene in your head. You have the like a fire hydrant hose tied around your waist, and you're on the 15th floor of a building. Just
Yeah,
somehow.
I'd like to be the Rock, but I'm more like the dad from Roseanne, if we're all being honest. So
Yeah, I'm more just thinking every time you walk in, it's like a really out of shape Tom Cruise, and all we hear is Danger Zone, but none of the notes hit right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like all on trumpets and it's out of tune.
Yeah.
Danger
The
Zone.
third grade recorder recital doing it. As well, I would like to make an announcement for all of our viewers. We're switching up our time slot by 15 minutes. It's not going to be that much. We're just going to be starting at 6:45 Eastern Time instead of 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be sending out messages through all the Discord servers. We'll sending out through our Twitter and through any way you imbibe our media, just to let you all know that it will be changing by 15 minutes. We're just starting 15 minutes earlier. So hopefully that won't change any of the way you view us on your media and consume us. We love you consuming us the way this wolf has consumed Steve and Brogan.
We're into being consumed, obviously.
We're here to be
This is
consumed.
how I feel.
This is a we're like a buffet of content that you are all consuming, and we're so happy to have you do it. So after that notice is out, I think we should just jump in. Let's get into this story. As we are set in the land of Ysgard, our party has been running around trying to find magic items. They've gotten a scale from the giant world serpent Jurgmundor. They have gotten a shield, a giant shield from a fire giant, and they have just gotten a cup of drool from the 200-foot long, 100-foot tall wolf Fenrir. As Steve grabbed onto his tuft of fur, got flung into his mouth, and Brogan says, "I will save you," and goes and grabs him, and they both fall at the same rate of speed. And as this mouth closes and Steve falls at a more accelerated rate, I don't know why gravity is so much more for you, Steve. It must be some oils on your body are very digestible.
Yeah, 100%.
You guys are now slip and sliding down the throat of this wolf.
I mean, I am also coated in 30 years of deli meat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he smells like salami. That's just straight
just
salami.
flat salami.
I would like to point out that thank God, not once but twice now, we have made a bad decision. The combo of Steve and Brogan, and Zari is like, guys, we already accomplished the mission. We can leave. And then we're like, no. We're gonna ruin this. Hold on.
No, to be fair, I got swallowed accomplishing this mission. I had the cup. And life was good, and then something terrible happened. I think
Zari got the
Carl
first 2 items
Carl shot the guy
up.
in the butt, and then a lot of bad things happened, and suddenly the wolf wasn't super jazzed about me hanging off of its side whiskers, collecting
what shots are mean? Nobody's excited about that. Fenrir's an older guy. He's probably had a colonoscopy. He was not amped about that at all.
No. He's probably got bad hips. You shot an elderly senior wolf.
One time I talked to someone who had a colonoscopy. They were not happy about it either. They were not. The one person I talked to was not happy about it.
Well, I think he's going to get a forcible one here. I don't see any other way out of this wolf. So.
something family. I can't see in here, so I'm just going to keep saying family. It's real dark in this stomach.
And all of a sudden, as you're in the belly, you see things just lighting up. And
every time we say family.
To start the session, we still are in some level of initiative. Our initiative order right now is we are on the top of the wolf, I guess. It is Carl, Carlotta, Tea Leaf, the big gun of the group, on the back, near the back haunches of the wolf. As you've just killed a wolf, shot it off the side, climb back up. The fur is at about like nose height. As you look down, you see Zari fully at the head of the wolf.
I'm invisible.
Oh, you can't see Zari. That's right, because Zari is invisible. And Steve and Brogan are nowhere to be found. So technically, Carl, you're just you're alone, except for AAA.
You're alone on the butt.
And Eugene.
You and AAA are just standing there alone right now, Carl, on the butt, and you see wolves that are trying to climb up the legs of this wolf.
Do I know that Steve and Brogan got swallowed by the wolf?
Throw me a perception.
Let's see. If not, I'm just gonna think that everyone accidentally left without me or abandoned me.
I wish.
Perception. You would have seen both of them. One get flung into the mouth. One do was it a swan dive? What did it look like, Brogan?
It was a beautiful mid-air twist, almost ballet level, because I did very well in my acrobatics, where I tossed myself in gracefully and decided, you know what, if this is how we're going, we're gonna get weird.
So yeah, and if you guys remember, Steve was shirtless, and so as soon as the swallowing became inevitable, I just went in like axe first. I'm going to take this challenge head on.
Yeah, so
I also have the red solo cup of drool in my other hand as I'm headed in.
Both hands forward, axe and red solo cup.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be like, Steve, Rogan, what's going on? And even calling out more attention myself. I'm by myself. And I guess I'll shoot at a wolf. I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah, they're starting to climb
Yeah.
up the legs. So you're seeing them as they're all just pawing their way up and pawing their way up. These snow wolves that are not small, but they're not 200 feet long and 100 feet tall. As you are able to hit one off the leg, it goes you as it yelps and it shoots, and the 11 damage smacks into its head as it falls off one of the legs. And you look down the other leg. Do you shoot to shoot another wolf that's climbing up?
Yeah.
Very nice. And as the second shot rings out, you see a wolf. A 7 hits it right in the head as this next wolf just flies off the leg. As you're seeing now, Fenrir is tearing through the ranks of fire giants and dragons at the same time, as all of these wolves that you're in the midst of, like 50, 60,000 wolves, are all now tearing into this three-way war as you're in the middle
Yeah.
of it now.
Where's our help, guys? Every group
Yeah.
thinks we're their friend. Where's our help?
I'm gonna start moving towards the head of Fenrir.
Fantastic. You can move 60 feet,
Yeah.
and you're about 30 feet now from where Zari is standing. And as you look at the ears of the wolf, just after, um, what's it called? Just after Brogan had jumped in, you see the mouth closes on this wolf, and the ears start to move side to side, almost like something is near them. And as you inspect slightly closer, we now go into the belly of the beast. We now have Steve as you get into the belly of this beast.
Yeah, Brogan must have come down about the
Yeah, he
same
was
time,
kind
right?
of, as he went to go grab you and toss you up, it didn't work. He was able to grab onto you,
Sure.
but physics
You're a
took
heavy
hold.
man.
No, that's fair. So I'm going to all right. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this.
It is dark.
All right. So, it's very dark. And I'm going to tell Brogan I need him to keep saying family while I'm taking my turn. So if he
Okay.
could just continue.
Family.
Yeah, and so as he's doing that, my axe is just continually lighting a soft glow saying family on it. Because it's, for those of you who haven't seen the previous episodes, my axe is actually the axe of the Fast and the Furious, and it lights up every time you say family with the words family on the blade. So he's continually saying family so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna request his booze bottle if possible.
Sure. That's if he can give it.
Can I have that?
That's
Can I have
an
that?
aggressive assumption.
Yeah, I need it just briefly, and we'll get it refilled. Don't worry, okay?
Brogan sheds a tear, reaches into his jacket, and hands it to him.
I'm
It's
I'm gonna
covered
take
in
it.
tears as I blubber through the words of family.
I'm gonna take it from him and turn his back so that he can't see what I'm about to do. I'm gonna unscrew it and dump the entire contents like in the belly of the beast here.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna take out my tinder box, which I just found in my backpack while Carl was taking her turn. And I'm gonna light this booze on fire.
Very nice. And as you light it on fire, it goes up, and immediately it's an irritant in the belly of this beast. I need you and Brogan, and I need Zari and Carl. I need all of you actually to roll me a dexterity saving throw. As all of a sudden you feel the back of the wolf catch upwards as this thing is now getting ready to at least gag at very minimum at most.
Can I make a strength saving throw? Does it have to be
That's not
dex?
raging, right?
Yeah.
So you have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, right. Though it never works out when I do it that way, but I'll do it that way. I got an 18. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I rolled acrobatics. That and my decks are the same, so
Okay,
it'll
so
be
you're square. Brogan, you are fine and able to stay on your feet. Steve, you are able to stay on your feet. As
advantage coming in
Carlotta,
clutch there.
all of a sudden you fall down again and are now hanging off the side of the wolf the same way you had like 3 times the last.
Look, I saved you a bunch of times. Oh, wait. Can my saber tooth try to save Carl from falling?
Yeah, on your turn for sure. Yeah.
Perfect,
That's right. Your
perfect.
saber-toothed tiger's up there. Yeah, on your
That's
turn, you
right.
can definitely do so. And
Superposition, baby. Schrodinger's saber
yeah,
tooth.
you got to thank Schrodinger for that cat.
Can't wait to be on the ground. I hate this.
As Zari, you stay on your feet. All of a sudden, you guys see inside the belly almost a wave of parts, kind of like parts and limbs. Like you see dragon wings, dragon feet. You see like arms of fire giants coming up. As it seems like this wolf has eaten things as it's been crashing through some of the. And all of a sudden, what you feel bump up against you is a normal sized, about 5.5 foot tall, green little man who looks up at you wearing nothing but a apron on his body. And as you look
Oh,
at
God dang it.
the apron, you see he's wearing nothing but an apron. He had what would be a robe on, as this robe has been torn up and has been slightly burned in stomach acid. He's got cuts all over his body. He's little, he's green, and he lands in your lap, Steve. And as he does, it doesn't knock you over because of your great dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
But one thing you do see is a picture of a whisk on his apron, and it says, "Never be afraid to take a whisk." And he looks up, and you see the eyes of Master Splinter
Oh,
staring at
that
you.
joke hurts.
I'm
That joke
gonna say, hey buddy, what's going on?
Family,
Oh,
family,
I've been
family.
on such an adventure. Zelda's out there, you know?
She is. And you know what she told me to tell you? That she needs you to stay here. It's a very important mission. And I'm gonna use persuasion on him. Oh, curses! D&D karma got me right there.
You get
Jesus
a
put me back in
crit
line.
fail. He looks at you and he wraps his arm around your waist and holds on tighter. So literally, as you go to stand up completely, like as you go to move, you're now dragging him behind you.
He sniffs you and goes, "You smell like salami."
Karma humbled me right there with that roll.
Yeah, for real. As he's just now gripping onto you hard, and he goes, "It's okay, Steve. We'll get out of here. I think with that fire you lit. Did you light that, by the way?
Yeah, yes, I lit
That
the
was
fire.
so smart. Take off your shoes. You deserve to relax."
No, I don't think we're gonna be relaxing right now. But thanks, I appreciate the.
I mean, family.
Yeah, it's like just lighting
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna come out of this wolf singing "We Didn't Start the Fire." I hope you know that, Brogan. Get ready.
I was trying to sing it right there, but I gotta keep saying family, or we're all blind.
You guys feel a rumbling in the stomach. It's not getting rid of you yet, but it's going to start through as the turns keep moving.
Sure. Okay.
And he is now gripping you with his arms as hard as he can.
We've successfully given the wolf indigestion.
For sure. And that was a perfect action. Anything else you want to get up to, Steve?
Can I use a bonus action to try to pry this guy off me?
Yeah, sure. Give me a it would be a strength, I believe.
I give you. You
You're
want me to
covered
give
in oil and drool and the acrobatics.
an athletic? You want an athletics or
Yeah,
something?
throw me
to
an
try to get him off?
athletics to try and pry him off. I'm just gonna do a
Okay.
d20 plus
Steve-
1. He's a 9. Yeah, you pry him
And
off.
I rolled a 20. Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a 20. As you pry him off of you, he lands on the ground. And he goes, "Well, I'm at least glad we found each other again."
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you did take a lot of whisks getting here.
He said, "Oh, you like the new apron? Zelda got it
No,
for
I
me."
don't. I was low key making fun of it, but if you want to pretend like I like it, that's fine too.
Family, where's my booze? Family.
There's a fire. There's a fire now. I think you can stop saying family. I'll also say that to Brogan.
As you hear Brogan echoing in the background, standing as you see an uphill track, which is, I guess, the uphill GI track of this wolf. You stare at it as the mouth opens again, and you see, as you feel a rumbling beneath your feet, the mouth opens again as you almost see the light starting to get blocked out by more things that are now coming down this tunnel at you.
Oh,
And
excellent.
as you stare at it, we now go on top of the wolf to the neck where Zari now stands, invisible. Zari.
Yeah. So I'm by the ear.
You're by the ear, and you see the head go down to take a giant bite out of some fire giants and dragons.
Cool. Since I'm by the ear, I'm going to be like, "You just ate a laxative. I recommend you vomit that because it's not going to be pretty in 5 minutes."
Give me a persuasion as you're telling this wolf that it just ate a laxative. You could. I want to see how a 19 persuasion. You got to add more to it. I want to see more to this, Zari. I want you to build this big. If you're going to get close to convincing it, it just ate a laxative.
The thing you just ate that tasted really good, that meaty thing, that was a laxative meant for the dragon trying to kill you. So I highly don't recommend you have that because your body will regret it in the next 5 minutes. I'm talking about severe regret here. You're going to be heading to the bathroom soon.
As he looks around, you can see there's almost the hair on the back of his neck stands up as he looks around as for what would be a bathroom for a giant 200-foot long, 100-foot tall wolf. As he doesn't exactly put the two and two together, but he understands he's in trouble. And I would like everyone again to give me another dexterity saving throw as he
Well,
is now starting to etch up.
and as his hair stands up, Carl becomes invisible because she is now too short to see over it.
Oh yeah, for sure. As she's hanging off the side.
I mean, just not even there.
Carl, your 22 is amazing, which keeps you holding on. Because if you had gotten that 9, which was your second roll, it would have been you would have fallen to like on the edge of one hair, kind of an idea. Um, but Steve makes it perfectly with a what did you? Steve had
18.
18. Carl had a 22. We had Zari with a 14, stays up, and Brogan, you end up falling down. On to like where you're at on the GI track. And
That's how I
as he
like it.
does, you all start moving up the GI track. And as you do, um, I'm gonna Zari. Before we get to what happens with them, is there anything you want to move to or have AAA do?
I'm just going to grab more of the fur in order to make sure I hang on better.
Okay.
As I'm talking to this wolf into throwing up, and I'm going to command AAA to get Carlotta back on the wolf and to keep her on the wolf.
Okay, so you see AAA reaching his nuzzle down to pull the hair up that Carlotta is holding on to. Give AAA have him give a strength or athletics. Like 20 as Carl, you fly through the air and land on the back of this metal dog and are literally cowboy hat up kind of a thing. It was perfect execution. You've practiced this with AAA. I can tell. This movie.
Oh yeah.
As it awesomely goes through. There are now more wolves climbing up the legs, and as Brogan, you just fall down to your butt inside the GI tract. All of a sudden, you see falling down the GI tract none other than Zelda herself, as she is coming down towards you all and lands right next to you, as you are getting pushed with her back up the GI tract. What do you do?
Well, that's a big giant butt.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our hands up to not get crushed, and then we are going to use that amazing, wonderful ability that I have away from this probably spicy butt to be Fey touched, and we are going to Misty Step up the GI track before I start my full move.
Very nice. So you get 30 feet up, which is going to literally be half of the way you need to go. You're going to be at the back of its neck. Like you can grab onto its tonsil now, like the little hanging ball back there, and hold on to that if you want.
Oh, with my increased movement speed as a monk, I can, after Fey touching as a free action, I can still move another 80 feet.
Love it. As you get to its
I'm
mouth, you find that the mouth
exit.
is closed now. And you hear Zelda saying, "Wait, Brogan, where are you going?"
Family.
As she looks over and sees literally
I was gonna say,
Steve as
it was
beacon.
dark until you said that, and now it's just lighting me up for her.
Yeah, there's a fire. There's blue and orange and yellow going off of undercarriage lights.
Steve is just shooting you daggers right now.
I keep saying family as I attempt to hide myself. I'm like, find Steve. Family. I tried to save you. This is your fault, Steve. Family.
As you get up to the mouth, you find that the mouth is closed.
You stole my booze, family. No, so even with my increased movement and my free action, I can't make an attack this round. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to attempt I'm just gonna take the dodge action in case he eats anything else or does anything else. Like I'm just gonna give everything to touch me disadvantage, be it Zelda, Master Turd Burglar, anybody. Nobody grab onto me. We're not doing anything weird. I'm gonna take the dodge action. I'm good.
Love it. As yeah, he probably will try and grab onto you if he gets the chance. He is very handsy.
I'm the only one that doesn't wear shoes, so I expect this.
As you're standing there,
Oh,
ready to take the dodge action.
side note: the Sabretooth, even though Carl
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been saved, also will circle around Carl to protect Carl and ready its action for a melee attack if anyone gets next to Carl.
Love it. Very cool. Very cool. Does it jump on the back of AAA also, or
As it is larger than AAA, it does not. It
it
stands
would
next
be
to him
awesome to
like a
see.
normal cat would and ducks underneath the very high fur to be sneaky.
Love it. It is waiting for prey. Uh, as we get up to the mouth, you see the same thing that Carl sees, but from a different angle. As Carl sees the mouth starting to open slightly, the jaws are starting to open of this maw of the giant wolf. As you all feel another bump in the wolf. Give me another dexterity saving throw. As its back arches, this one is a very big one. It's the fire in the belly, and it thinks it ate a laxative. Steve is fine. Brogan,
How do I have the highest plus by like a mile and I can't roll above a
yeah, you
3?
can't roll above a 3, a 2.
Uh,
So Zari is fine. Carl, you fall off the back of Triple
19s
E.
for AAA is,
Yeah.
and that's a +3. So
And so, Carl, you go prone off the back of AAA. And Brogan, you fall down in the back of the mouth of the what's it called? Of the giant wolf as you're seeing the mouth open. The one thing you're also seeing though is even though Steve is standing, you're seeing Steve, Master Splinter, and Zelda
can
all
I
moving
use
closer and closer to you in this
can
jam
I
attack. Like something
can
is
I
being
use slow fall in this?
Oh, what's
Is
that?
that can I use slow fall in this? Is that allowed?
Featherfall or slow
No,
fall?
it's slow fall.
Well, the
At
slow
fourth
fall would
level,
be
you can
for
use a
you.
reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage. I
Yeah,
guess I'm not
you'd be able
taking
to as a
damage.
reaction if you're gonna fall. But
Yeah, I guess I'm not falling, so
not
that's
yet.
fine. But
Yeah, but when you do, you can definitely use it.
what do you
Carl,
mean when I do? I'm not supposed to fail at this.
well, you're not. Then you're not gonna fall. You're gonna succeed.
As the greatest monk ever and the greatest PI ever, I will succeed. You are
Always
correct.
a success. That's the only option is winning. Carl,
Always.
you are now knocked over after you fall off the back of AAA into the fur of this giant wolf. You are not meant to be on the back of a wolf. This is not your place to be. You see
I don't
that
know
there
what's
are
going
more
on.
wolves climbing up the sides of the legs coming up at you.
Okay. I have an idea. As Kyle says, let's get weird. Can I use my hempen rope that's in my bag
Okay?
to make a lasso?
Yeah.
Cowgirl
And I
call?
want to try and lasso one of Fenrir's teeth to open his mouth.
Love it. I'm gonna need you to make a toss for that. And if you can make the toss, even if you don't have the strength to do it, you can possibly tie the end of it to AAA.
Hmm.
So for this throw, I'm gonna need a dexterity check. Just a flat
Damn,
dexterity.
what have I been shitting on this whole time?
I know. 17.
Hmm.
Able to loop one of the teeth
Nice.
that as it's
Well
just
done.
what do you want to do at the end of the rope that you have?
I'm gonna tie it to Mr. Mittens, the saber-tooth tiger. No
Love
offense to
it.
AAA. I want to say I picture like biting on the part that's next to the saber tooth, so he can also pull. So I have two
Awesome.
animals.
Awesome. I love it. Perfect action. As there's a giant rope now on the tooth of Fenrir, the giant wolf that's going to possibly pull his maw further open as it's like 8 or
The
9 inches
Sabretooth
open
does have
already.
an 18 strength. That's not a bad move. He's a big boy.
Yeah, and putting him with the cat is going to be a good idea. Steve, you
All right, so
see,
Steve actually had a very similar idea.
and
Steve is going to get his rope ready here.
you're about 20 feet from the mouth now as you've been pushed
Sure.
up by the stomach.
But I'm gonna have a plan for when we
me
get
too.
spit out. That's what Steve is thinking. So Steve is going to take his hempen rope, form it into a lasso, and I'm going to try to get his uvula at the back of his throat and hook this onto that.
Okay. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Is that the hanging ball?
That's the hanging ball.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, Tarzan Steve. I like this.
I was
All
like,
right.
no, it's a male wolf, but I got you.
Is it the same dex save?
It'll be just a dexterity check. Just throw a dex check.
Hold on, I got to get past that joke for a second.
I'm just gonna ignore that. Yeah. I glazed over.
All right, what do you want for a roll?
Dexterity check, because it's like a ranged weapon attack essentially. Fantastic. You are able to get it over the uvula. As I'm going by your definition, I don't know if I got it right or you got it right.
You did. Don't use the V one at all.
The Oblongata. Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus action to grab Steve and say, "Come with me if you want to live." I mean, grab Brogan, say, "Come with me if you want to live," and I'm going to tie the two of us together on the other end.
You can definitely do. Brogan, do you allow him to tie? Do you allow him to tie you to him?
As a bonus action, I say family, family, family.
As it just lights
I'm gonna say something about how we're gonna get to the chompers.
Yes. Lol, get to the chompers.
Get to the chompers. Come with me if you want to live. I love it. As we all of a sudden, you're tied up. You're now tied yourself to Brogan. You've lassoed the uvula, and it is now time, as we are getting onto the back of Fenrir Zari. You have convinced him that there is a laxative somewhere in his belly, and he is getting ready to get rid of everything in there, as he has a giant fire burning there. He is convinced that there is a laxative. What do you do?
I go, you better hurry, buddy. It's gonna be rough if you don't.
Give another persuasion.
We're talking both ends rough.
Persuasion, guys.
A 16, he's okay with it. He believes you. Like he hears it. He thinks it's the voice in his head, which sounds like a young artificer. Which you were very lucky to hit that on the head. Hit that. Sometimes, to some people, every nail is to some people who are hammers, everything's a nail. But it just so happens his voice is an artificer in his head, a young woman. So you've nailed that on the head. And he starts. All of a sudden, you feel the back of his body start to kick up again. I would like, as he does, ready to kick up a little bit more. Zari, give me another dexterity saving throw. I need Steve, Brogan, and Carl also. Zari,
I'm tied to
stay
Steve.
up. I just need you all to beat a 12 on a dexterity saving throw.
I'm tied to Steve. Can I attempt to assist
Carl,
Steve?
you're great.
Can I attempt to assist Steve, or do I have to make my own roll because I'm tied to Steve?
You have to make your own roll, but Steve has advantage because of his rage.
Okay. Hold on. One second.
That was for AAA. He's good.
AAA is great. Everyone's beating a 12 right now.
Wow, you guys are really just putting the pressure on me to fail this roll. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, snap! I'm so dexterous.
As you pass it.
Hey, it finally worked. You got past 3.
That's what I'm saying. I rolled above a 3. I got a 24. I'm so smooth. Steve is like, man, the way he says family is real cute. And I'm like, get out of here, Steve.
And
we'll start a bromance in this wolf right now.
As you see everything in its belly, including the fire, starting to move up towards your position now, where all of a sudden, plus Steve, you've been moved up on Brogan. All of you are essentially at the back of its tongue now. Like literally standing on the back of this wolf's tongue.
And Fenrir is about to have a yard sale onto this battlefield, so I'm glad we're tied to something.
Oh, he's gonna yarf, 100%.
As the wolves get the last turn, no wolves were shot. As one of them climbs up and is now as it gets to the top, it's standing between Zari and Carl. It's about 15 feet away from Zari and about 15 feet away from Carl stands a winter wolf, as it took all of its action to get up to the top.
It sounds like it gets saber tooth because I readied that action.
It will. Well, yeah. Definitely, it can get saber toothed.
I mean, 15 feet from a hidden position, Sabretooth is going to make
He's
his
got
full.
advantage. Yeah, we'll throw an advantage in there.
Perfect. All right. Sabretooth's getting weird. Here we go. Melee weapon attack reach. It's claw bite. So the claws are +6 and the bite is +6. Here we go. So we go. The first two are claw with +6. So we have a, let's see, it'll be an 18 and a 19, and then a bite for a 17.
Very nice. 18, 19, and then a 17. They all hit on these wolves that have a 13 AC. So
I could roll damage, but the claws are 2d6 +5 a pop, and the bite's a d10 +5 a
so
pop.
on the character sheet, if you shift double click on your Sabretooth token that's up by your token.
Oh, I can do it like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can just click on the bite and claws, and I'll just take the damages off of them. 10, 14, and 9. So that's 19, 20, 33 damage, I believe.
Yeah.
As beautiful as you see, this thing takes a bunch of damage. And now, all of a sudden, you feel it is the Fenrar's turn. As what we expected to happen, what we've been trying to happen, starts to happen. And as you look behind you, you see a Zelda completely miffed, as within 6 seconds of getting ingested is now being ungested, non-gested. And you see Master Splinter, who is now standing there shaking, as part of the acids that are around are now burning off his apron for a secondary apron that says underneath it, "Your opinion wasn't in this recipe." And as you stare at it,
secondary apron. Best
I
part of the
would-
game.
As you stare at him, shaking and shivering, with his clothes halfway burnt off, a secondary apron just in case he burnt his first one, which had happened now. Everything is about to be expelled. As the mouth goes open, the tiger goes running backwards. We now need to see what happens to all of you inside the mouth as it opens and everything behind you is flying out. I would like to start with, in the order we have Brogan. What do you do as you're getting expelled from this mouth tied to Steve, as Steve is getting pushed out also?
Well, I know what I am going to do. First of all, Mr. Mittens gets a promotion after that great display. Proud of Mr. Mittens. The actual thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to push off Steve into a open stance where my legs and arms are open, and then attempt to do a backflip and land in the snow so I can then wipe off the additional drool and also have enough free action to say family, 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 and take the dodge action. That is my hope.
Okay. You're tied to Steve. There's what? How much rope tied between you guys? Steve, what did you think? What was the distance in that?
Of my rope?
Yeah, that you were tying to him. So how much of it, like there would probably be what, like 5 feet around
Oh,
him?
I was tying us directly together.
Okay.
And so
Well, then Steve's coming too then.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Steve's coming too. You've got 50 feet of rope, right?
80 feet, I believe.
80 feet. Awesome. So if you've got
Yep.
80 feet of rope, that's awesome. You're going to definitely be able to. So we're going to see what it looks like for you, Brogan, and we're going to have you execute all of that once Steve gets expelled also. And we're going to look at what his expellation looks like. Carl, we're going to come right back to you in 1 second, because I don't want to skip over you in the order. Well, actually, Carl, go ahead. Because as they're getting expelled, you go ahead. You're on the back, and you have this wolf between you and Zari.
Wait, didn't I just do 33 damage to that with a Sabretooth? He's still up?
Yeah. These snow wolves have like 75 damage. They're pretty big. Like, they are snow wolves. Like, they are ready for battle.
Oh, okay. So they're big boys, but the Sabretooth is still in front of the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Go, Mr.
Zari's still invisible. She hasn't attacked.
Yeah.
Carl's gonna take a shot.
Love it. As you take a shot at this winter wolf.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Please don't be
7. It was a nat 1 and a crit. We have the nat 1 as your gun misfires.
I feel like that should hit Zari. The nat 1 invisible.
as your
Sorry.
gun misfires, it will take you an action to fix it, which sucks. Which really sucks. It is the other side of having these grit points. What does it look like as your gun misfires, by the way?
Wait, aren't you a halfling? Don't you get to
I have
re-roll
halfling
that?
luck. I
You
have
have
halfling
halfling
luck.
luck. Let's see it. A
Oh my
16
God.
hits for 13 piercing as you shake the gun a little bit and then fire again, and it works.
All right, I'm gonna do my second shot, and I just want to preference after my second shot. I'm gonna second wind, so I have 2 more shots after that.
Love
so I'm just gonna
it.
do all 3.
No more ones.
Beautiful hits as the hits just keep coming. As it's literally tell me how you kill this wolf.
I'm just like so concentrated on getting this rope all set that I turn to Wolf and be like, "I'm busy," and just shoot it, and it flies off Frenmere.
Very nice. And as it flies off Frenrar, it falls down, and as you look below you, you see what would be the largest battle sequence as it falls and it lands on a fire giant. As you see that there are dragons fighting fire giants below you. Do you do any movement?
Waves.
Whatever. Mr. Mittens looks super annoyed after doing like 35 damage himself.
Yeah, he got the assist. It's Scottie Pippen, you know?
Yeah,
Not
most
everyone's Jordan.
underrated and also most underpaid. You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
So Steve, you're about to be expelled out of this mouth, and as you feel it coming at you, it is pushing you out with everything. You have now what would be Zelda and Master Splinter grabbing onto you as they see a rope hanging on you. Do you try and shake them off?
100%. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna roll for both of them.
100%.
2d20s.
Do I get to contest it?
You can.
Oh my God, they're so low. Go, Steve, go.
What?
Wow.
Well,
We
one
have
of
a
them
plus
didn't make it
7.
at least.
So,
Steve!
well, the 10 was for Master Splinter, and
Oh, wow. I smell some DM horse crap.
the
You
3
smell some
was for
DM
Zelda,
Argyle and
which
Slegnir?
her strength was. Let me see real quick. Let me double check her strength.
No,
Is
she
it
has
a plus 8?
6. It's a plus 8?
Well, she's a fire
He's a
giant.
fire giant.
Like,
You guys know there's no way I'm going to kick us all 4 of us out of here, right? You're all so heavy.
so
Oh, man.
all of a sudden, you now have Master Splinter grabbing onto you. He with an 11 strength. You have Zelda grabbing onto you with a 8, 9, 10, 11 strength.
So can I propose a scenario here?
Sure.
As we're being expelled, it's playing like the Titanic music where Rose is explaining to Jack that there is not enough room on this plank. And I'm going to be explaining to Zelda that she is a fire giant and this poor hempen rope is not going to take all of this weight and that she has to let go
All
as
right.
the music is like crescendoing
You
as
have
we're
a
getting
persuasion with
expelled.
advantage.
Kissed by a rose on the grave.
Fantastic. A 16 is enough. As you're in the middle of explaining it, she takes 2 fingers on her hand, goes up to your lips, and puts the fingers against your lips. Just
And I'm Steve, so I don't stop talking. I'm like talking
you just
with
as she puts the 2 fingers up to your lips and goes and you see her jump out of the mouth doing the most beautiful, graceful swan dive as smoke rises from her fire giant head as she falls 60 feet onto the crowd below her. As you are expelled out now with a Githzerai wearing just an apron, shoeless, holding on to you with Brogan attached to you at the hip. What
He's
do you do,
whisking
Steve?
it all, baby. Okay. So the rope obviously isn't going to take us all the way to the ground.
No, you're going to get about 20 feet up from the ground.
All right. So I'm going to try to use its momentum as we're coming down to we're going to swing. And I don't know. I can't do the math in my head for the velocity of this, but waiting until we're as close to the ground as possible. And then should I cut it or should I try to swing us all the way up on the back?
Well, the cool part about this is that every single child on the planet has ridden on swings. So I believe that even without being a super smart guy that Steve is, he understands that when you get to here is where you cut it. So I got
right,
faith.
but is our velocity? I'm worried about our velocity. Is our velocity like SLS launch velocity or is it swing set
It
velocity?
depends where you let off.
Because-
You let me know where you want to let off, and I will do the science.
I don't like that answer. So
I still have my action I'm holding. So
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
holding
I'm
it,
safe.
and then we'll let you
All
describe
right.
what it
Whatever you
looks like
want.
based on what he
And
does.
so yeah, and so if I land, we're going to be in the middle of a battle. If I land,
You are
it,
over,
like
literally, it's a battlefield underneath you between dragons and fire giants and wolves.
I took the dodge
that seems
action last
bad.
round.
Yeah, I'm going to try to swing us all the way up on the back. I'm singing Miley Cyrus's "Wrecking Ball" like as we're swinging through the air, and I'm trying to get Brogan into it. He's a little wide-eyed and unsure why I keep changing the soundtrack.
While he's singing Wrecking Ball, I start shaking my butt and singing Party in the USA because I'm ready to get there. And it's gonna happen.
All right,
It's
so
gonna
as you
happen.
swing,
and I'm gonna try to use, I don't know if you want like a dex or
hey, I would
what
like
to try
an
to.
acrobatics or athletics as you are making this happen.
All right,
Using your strength or body,
Thir-
a
13.
13 as it gets you almost up. You get
Okay.
within 15 feet of where literally Zari is. So like
And I'm
you don't see her,
assuming that
but
Fenrir is going to be a little upset about having what probably 450 pounds worth of character and whatever Master Splinter and his
he's
feet
probably
fetish might.
about 200. Yeah, a good two.
Yeah, so it's a lot of weight hanging off his uvula. That can't be good.
No, he does not like it as it is swinging back, and you would hear the chomping going on in his mouth as you are swinging.
I'm going to make a dex save real quick.
Sure.
As he attempts to swing to chomp down and break the rope, I'm trying to
15 to
jump
keep
off.
the solo. 15 to keep the solo cup.
Oh, you have the
as we're
perfect. The solo
swinging.
cup is in
Yeah.
the air. You have got the goods. So Brogan, what do you do as all of this is happening? He is getting 15 feet to the top of the.
As we reach the end of the uvula, and I can see that Steve wants to be a wrecking ball, I know that I want to have a party in the USA. So I am going to absolutely do that green dragon thing where I shoot a little bit of snot onto the rope so I can be free, and I'm going to try to flip back onto Fenrir.
All right, it'll be a 15. Give me a acrobatics or athletics as you are trying to break off. You can easily burn the rope, but what happens next? A 15.
I make the 15.
Yeah, you are able to. You get up to the top. I would like if you can roll me a D20, anything 18 or 19, 18, 19 or 20, I'm going to need Brittany to make a dexterity saving throw. Nope, you're fine. As you land right next to where Zari is and invisible, you don't know you're on the back of the neck by the ears right now, and you don't know that Zari is standing right next to you.
I'm just super excited to see Mr. Mittens again.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, Mr. Mittens!
20 feet away from you, he has a rope tied to him that he is pulling that's keeping the mouth open right now.
Mr. Mittens, great job. You're the best cat ever.
Love it.
Why?
No, I didn't see you do that, Carl. That's all Mr. Mittens.
All you see is her cat while she's flipping off in the fur.
Well, I mean, you're like a meerkat, so I don't see the angry fingers. It's just
Yeah, you see two middle fingers raise up above the fur. As Zari, what are you up to?
Who's that child?
Turn over to Brogan and ask, how is it being eaten?
Sneak, sneak, sneak? Question mark?
Sneak, sneak. And then I will cast telekinesis on Steve to get his butt over here and bring him over here.
Oh, I hope you have a strong telekinesis.
Wait,
My
you
butt
just
is large.
cast it on his butt alone, so it
Yeah.
starts to shake and vibrate across the wolf.
My underwear is already structurally precarious.
This is he's coming in like a wrecking ball with this telekinesis butt. It is aggressive.
I'm gonna have a terrible wedgie when I land.
I hope it does.
So I'm bringing him over so we're all back together in this group. And now you see me visible. Sorry.
As you see her visible, you fly up onto the back of this wolf. And as you fly up onto the back of this wolf, you land. It's almost like you stalled in the air, kind of, is like, uh-oh, I didn't make it. And then Brogan makes it the rest of the way. And you see Master Splinter grab on and say, oh, no, Steve, this is it. As all of a sudden, you get that extra push 15 feet, land on your feet. And as you do, he somehow takes off this next apron, and you find one under that apron that says Baker's Gonna Bake.
Repeat that? We didn't hear it.
Baker's Gonna Bake. As what it says.
Baker's gonna bake.
Baker's gonna bake.
As Zari, you're now staring at Steve holding a cup up in the air. He's got Master Splinter grabbing onto him like a cat on the ocean.
Can I yank Master Splinter off with my telekinesis?
As you knock him off, did you knock him onto the back of the wolf or onto the off the wolf completely?
I do not care. I just want him off.
All right. I'm gonna roll
Odds
a
or
quick
evens?
dex. See how far he rolls.
God,
Yeah.
please fall off the wolf.
A 4.
You-
He has a 6. He rolls off of the wolf, falling 100 feet down into a battle ensuing. As you hear, oh my gosh, oh no, not there, no, get off my feet. As he is apparently, you hear just vicious sounds of dragons, fire giants smashing, and wolves tearing him to bits.
Not sad. He naked hugged me in the wave pool of death. You
Well,
go
he
ahead.
was also
you fall,
naked
bro.
hugging me for the last. I mean, he did have an apron on.
He had an
but
apron on with you. I was alone in there.
You could feel the weird junk through the apron. I don't think we're
It
going to
was
compare.
dangerous. I felt it through the nothing.
I felt it through the nothing.
Why did you two think it was a good idea to be eaten by
We're
a
here,
god?
aren't we? Look, this all worked out, and I got the spit. I don't know what your problem is.
Look,
Why are you riding my case?
bad decisions
Because it
are
needs
my
to be
only
written.
decision.
That's
Because
not
it needs
fair.
to be written.
It absolutely
enough.
does. I'm saying that out of character. Steve is never going to admit that he's wrong, but you're
Also,
right.
another thing out of game that we ignored. Steve was so high on that workout juice, and we didn't add that to any of his rolls.
Oh, that's true.
That's
he
is so
snorted a
true.
lot of workout.
Steve is
cocaine
cranked
last
up
season.
right now.
Yeah, he
Steve's
is definitely on
What is your
performance-enhancing
problem,
drugs.
Zori? And Zori's like, you need to go pee. bro.
So is Argyle and Slegnir on the
They're just
wolf
on the
with us?
butt, literally watching you guys now. They're just like literally just standing
Be a
there,
bunch
just
of
blinking.
idiots.
Yeah.
Slegnir is just giving us
Five
that standard
times, and they
unimpressed
did not
look.
move.
I figured he'd be staring at Argyle like, stop trying to stab me, you weird.
No,
hoofed
Argyle is
thing."
looking at him like I want to kill you, but Slegnir is watching you all just blinking, like I'm not unimpressed, but not impressed. He's just like staring, like
Exists.
yeah, he's
Like
just bored.
these are my morons. This is my life now. Like here's where I am.
So as they stare, Slegnir says, "Look, if you'd like, I can get us down and get us out of here. But you
What's your
need to get
plan
on my
exactly?
back now."
Hard yes.
I get on his
Yes.
back. I'm going to cut the rope because that'd be awkward if I managed to hang everybody up off this.
Yeah, if all of a
guy's
sudden.
vehicle.
And as
All
you
right,
guys
Carl, let's go.
get on Slegnir's back, Argyle, and you guys get on Argyle's back. We have the same crews. I think it's Brogan on Argyle with Carl, and then Zari and Steve on
Yep.
Slegnir.
See, that's our usual mounting, but that's fine. We'll go
That's
with
not
that
really
for
our
today.
usual mounting.
That's not the
Zari
usual?
will put triple A. No. It's
Usually it's me and Carl.
Usual
Usually it's me
mounting
and Carl.
Oh,
upsets
so
me.
you and Carl on Slegnir, and Brogan and Zari on AAA. I mean on Argyle. As AAA is walking on the side with this big cat, and you hear a voice in your helmet, Steve, that says, "Hello, Steve, are you there?"
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm immediately.
We spoke
on the
earlier
line.
today. You remember?
I do. Yes. Yep.
Yes. That was. Wait, I think this is on. Is this on speaker? Yeah. Oh,
I'm
hello.
roaming right now. I can barely hear you. You'll have to speak
hold
up.
on.
It's definitely on speaker, you old assholes. I say from the other horse 10 feet back.
Just yelling.
up on
What do you-
speakers.
what do you-
Zari grabs Triple A's harness.
What do you need? This is kind of a bad time.
You've done a
No.
great job, Steve. You found
Yeah,
yourself
I
in a
mean,
precarious
naturally.
situation and got yourself
Yeah.
out.
That's what Steve does.
Oh my God.
Well, I've got Bocce in a little bit, but
I understand.
I wanted to tell you the next steps on your journey. You can trust my horse.
Okay.
And he
I
will
didn't
take
know
some
there
of
was ever a
those-
point that I shouldn't be trusting your horse. Let's
No,
be more.
no. I just wanted to let you know you can trust my horse.
Okay.
I can see from what I'm watching now. I do have to go, so I can't watch the rest of this. But what I can tell is you're about to get off the back of my nephew. And he's not a good boy. That's a bad boy. But furthermore, you can trust him because he will take you on the. You may follow him to the next steps. You need to go to the never-ending staircase to find out how to get to hell.
I'll be honest. Never-ending staircase is not my jam. I'm not good at staircases.
These things
Still
go
on
on forever.
speakerphone. Not to be that guy, Odin. Do you want to tell him he's being a bad boy? Still on speakerphone. He can hear you.
You're right. I do have to go. You guys are gonna have to tell him I truly care
understand.
about him and love him and think he's done
Listen,
wonderful.
though. Make sure you DVR it though. Okay, it's good for the
But
ratings.
look,
Okay.
That's a
everyone's
bad
loving you guys
parent.
on Sending Stone Media.
All right.
But this is not the important part hasn't happened yet, Steve. The important
What's the
part
important part?
is you're going to need to talk to the god Saloon, the goddess Saloon. She is the guardian of the infinite staircase.
All right, is she hot?
Yes, but that's not
hell
the point,
no,
Steve.
you're not talking to her.
If you
That's not the
replace
point,
her
Steve.
with a third horse, I'm done with you, Steve.
She only responds to gods and those of her kind. I'll have to get back to you later because me.
Are those of her kind?
Oh, well,
What
I've got to
kind
go,
is
Steve.
she?
I'm first up. But I will
No, that's
explain
fine.
more later.
Yeah, I understand. Go play your round. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Fantastic.
I've already got a
sounds
plan. We'll talk
yeah.
to the saloon lady.
Put on a
Right.
scarf. It's cold out there in Ysgard. I gotta go.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
as you hear,
bye.
you hear
I'm
him
just gonna
put it in
hang
his-
up on him at this point.
You hang up, but before you do, you hear him put it in his pocket, and you just hear it rubbing against his pants
Yeah.
on the speakerphone. Like it's just rubbing against his pants. As he goes.
Everyone who's old upsets me.
You hear
Damn
Slegnir
it.
say, "Are you all ready to dismount this bad boy?"
Yeah, I've got a god to hit on. Let's go.
When he says it
No,
like
you are
that,
not
I'm like,
hitting on this god. And
when
I
he
tell
says
him
it like, when he says it like that, I'm like, Backstreet's back,
I
all
get on
right.
the god.
Yeah, as
You can't, Steve. Carl.
Why not? What's the difference?
You're currently high as hell.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm feeling like a god, which means I feel
Brogan
like
hasn't hit on anyone. It's Brogan's turn.
I'm also not taking dating advice from the girl with the ring of celibacy on.
Oh, the bird is so
The girl with the
aggressive.
ring of celibacy on currently has a higher track record of successful relationships than you. So
That's
you might
not true.
want
You don't
to.
know that. You don't know
Hey,
that.
hey,
You are
for the
currently
record, 2 of those are Zelda, and that
freaking-
counts for you and Carl, and she was aggressive.
Carl's married for 100 years. I think she's the one that knows relationship
and
experience.
had a possible
Thank you very
rebound
much.
right there. A possible
Yeah,
rebound. that didn't take it.
exactly. And marionetted into a rebound. I'm still calling dibs on Brogan.
I forgot about that. Marionetted into a rebound.
As the two majestic horses both leap off the back of this wolf 100 feet in the air, and what you would expect is they would both fall to the ground, but they don't. They hover almost and fly as both Steve and Brogan are slap fighting each other across the horses right next to each other, trying to see who's going to hit on the goddess Saloon. You see them majestically as Zari is like slamming on the back of. You're on the back of Steve with Steve.
No, she's on the back of Brogan.
Yes,
but
you're
I'm trying to
slamming on
punch
Brogan.
Steve.
Like, no, you don't get to. As
No,
Carl's like,
she's
no, maybe
punching
me.
Steve. She's on my
Why?
team.
I don't understand. She's so aggressive against Steve. I
We
don't know
see
what
I
you
love
all
it. I
in the
love it.
moonlight.
Sorry, help me.
Majestically hovering over a battlefield where blood is being shed, arms and legs of fire giants are being thrown everywhere.
Where's
And
Eugene?
all of a sudden, the last thing you see, or anyone would see of you guys, is an apron flying through the air as you're moving towards the never-ending staircase. And on this apron, you see it was possibly worn by Master Splinter before his demise. And this
If it
apron
hits me,
says,
I will throw up.
"I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled." And that is where we end today.
I said what I said. I'll throw up. I meant it. I meant it.
As I think that's a perfect send off for Master Splinter is I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled.
And my pork pulled. Right.
Also, great job on the dad jokes, Blake.
Thank you.
Well placed.
Strong stuff.
Well placed. I am 100% going to adopt the danger zone for Brogan. That is going to be a character move.
Love it.
As I
Are
am
we doing
acrobatic and
confession
fly
booth
through
today?
the
Yeah.
air, I'm gonna go danger zone on this,
Roll me a
and
d20.
not the newfangled one.
No,
the old
it's
one.
gonna go old school 80s danger zone. Everyone roll me a d20. You're gonna see who will be going first inside the confession booth.
It's probably not me. I'm probably last because we went low last week.
Oh,
You can't
well,
beat me. I rolled a nat one.
you got a 18, Brogan. Steve had a 13. Zari got a 1, and Carl had a 3. So
Ms.
Zari,
Ness,
you are the first in the confession booth. As you walk into the confession booth, what does Zari have to confess?
There's no way in hell we're letting a single divorce deli manager hit on a god. Okay, just because he's BFFs with an Odin does not mean he should hit on a god, especially a goddess.
Well,
Okay,
I don't see why not.
as I'm sure everyone at home watching Sending Stone Media in Waterdeep and the lands alike are now sympathizing with Zari in this plight. Like, this cannot happen, but it's going to make for great ratings.
It's going to make for excellent ratings.
As next in the confession booth, Carl, you walk in as Zari walks out.
Yeah, Carl's gonna sit down and she's gonna be like, "Man, I really can't be on a wolf, guys." Like she's saying it to like everyone else in the back, like, "We can't be on any more wolves. I can't do it. I fell 6 times."
Love
And
it.
yeah, she's I'm excited. I'm excited to meet Saloon and stuff. I bet she's hot.
As everyone at home is one eyebrow goes up as they're like, "Yeah, I bet you Saloon is hot." As you walk out of the confession booth, Steve is now walking in.
Steve is still slick with like wolf goo, and he's got he's got his cup of saliva, and he's gonna sit down and kind of a huff and say, you know, I'm starting to feel criminally underappreciated here. Like I feel like it's my plans always work out. We always get out. Things happen. Never really caused any trouble. Managed to balance many relationships uh, as this show has gone on. And all I ask is to be able to hit on a goddess person. And apparently that's going to be a big problem. So I'm going to do it. You all know I'm going to do it. It's going to happen. You need to tune in next episode.
And last but not least, we have Brogan Naked Eye in the confession booth. As Steve walks out, you walk in.
I walk in and I'm like, look, this is a tough spot to be in. First of all, hats off to Mr. Mittens. Thank you for protecting the ladies. Appreciate it. You were my G today. Second of all, Steve Froman's my boy, but I, I've been waiting for my turn. He has courted horses, people, everyone else under the sun. I mean, we got Zari with a celibacy ring, Carlotta that's been married for 1,000 years. This is my shot. Like I'm gonna take it, and I hope that Steve understands that as a team, we are Team Eagle. Because this is guy love.
Cameras are going to go out to Steve watching this confession on TV, and a single tear is going to come down his eye. He's just shaking his head and knowing.
Because this is guy love. This is love between two guys. They took Bronco from me. I need a win. My alcohol bottle is gone, and you'll hear his voice crack. He's like, everything is falling apart. And then the Sending Stone Media will just cut because it'll be like I start crying
It just shuts off as you're
uncontrollably.
crying.
Yeah, I
It
start
focuses
crying
on one single tear as it fades out to nothingness.
Yeah,
Trent
and
seems
then
Zari
they put
just
up a thing
hands
saying,
him hit her alchemy jug.
you see a thing come up on screen afterwards. Do you think Brogan should hit on Saloon? Text your answer to 777. Rates may apply.
Love it. Actually, yeah, you know what? I want to see if any of our chat or any of our viewers has any opinions on whether Steve, Brogan, or Carl should be hitting on Saloon. I'd like you to leave it in the
Sorry.
chats. I would like you to leave your opinion on the YouTube chat. You can message us. You can hit us up on the Discord server. Please let us know. Hit us up in the stream chat also if you can. Let us know if you think which one of Carl, Brogan, or Steve, or Zari should be hitting on the goddess Saloon when they meet them. And your answers will not be anonymous. So Just so you know.
Never
Steven's a
anonymous.
single cat dad. I'm a single
Single cat dad. He needs
dad.
this.
I'm a widower. I'm a widower, okay?
Look,
True.
we have Eugene together. I'm a single and never been married cat dad. I am dying for this.
Wait, how old is Brogan?
He's like 29.
That's what I'm saying. If you're still single at 29, don't you think you should look inward? That maybe the problem might exist.
You smell like bacon, salami, and farts. Go away.
On that note, I would like to thank our viewers and thank our cast who did an awesome
Yes,
job
thank
today.
you, everybody.
You guys did such a great job, and it was so much fun.
Everyone did awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Viewers, check us out on YouTube. It should be out by Wednesday night on YouTube, and it will be out on Spotify. Please let us know who should be hitting on Saloon. We want to know. And I'd like to thank you all for viewing, and thank you guys for playing. And we'll see you next week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch.